Thank you very much. Can you hear me properly? Excuse me, Soncia?
Yes, I can hear you.
Very well. Okay, thank you very much and welcome everybody. How are you today? Like every Thursday, today we are in a new a webinar where we are going to see some extensions, just a small review for you to see what would be good for you to use out of Business Central, because there's new technology, of course, and we are showing every Thursday top of the art possibilities when it comes to our processes, of course, and everything that you can do just by simply knowing it. It might be then really good to maybe implement some stuff that we always on every Thursday we see. And of course, what we see is as well for those of you guys who also have NAB. And then with that, we are going to be starting now today the webinar. Now, if you give me 2 minutes to begin with the 1 minute to open my account with PowerApps so we can show an application. 1 second. One second, please. Okay, ready. What we're going to check today? The name is PowerApps. So the idea is that you outside Business Central, you can create your own apps. I'm just going to show some basics. Not going to get technical into this, of course. The idea is to learn. But the idea of the PowerApps overall, of course, is make processes more efficient. A different technology. That's why we make it's different than only being in Business Central. And there are different ways to actually do the PowerApps. And then also you could even create from even an Excel an application. Just let's take a look at them. So the idea then is that we are going to let's say show just a simple application that I have just built, and that's the one. If you see, I have a page that is called a PowerApps here. All right. Here we can quickly build using different skills that you might already have. We can connect your ERP to the cloud, to internet, and to applications. If you have a data source, just remember not to get technical, but you need to have some knowledge about what we have here when it comes to your specific processes. We are taking information maybe from SQL, which is your database, a OneDrive where you have shared files. This is an in the cloud drive, and there are plenty actually in the market. Okay. Also, SharePoint is a place where you might have also data. What we do is we are going to need information. All right. Where is your information stored? Very well. At some point, you might need to understand that we are going to get information in that area, because from here, also Business Central in this case is going where we are, for instance, creating our customers, items, etc. Right? So we are going to be able to do applications with that information. Why not to let's say I did actually one app here. Let me see for you to see an app. Okay, this is the one. For me, this is a representation of a phone view where I have items, as you can see here. And from here, these are my items. In this case, my different floors. And you could extract that information just as an example, right? Whatever you would need in this case to show as an example. This is the simplest one. So why not to take the information, a report, a catalog into your cell phone, and why not to start selling if you even want it? That's a possibility. Or while purchasing in your phone, maybe you can also see this information. So the idea is that we are now able to extend the functionality to be able to then later create Android applications, right? Where we are going to be also, we have possibilities to make some functionality, like approving workflows. Why not to put a signature, for instance, for a document? And you know that Android has more possibilities, right? Like taking pictures. You can make signatures with your finger, maybe for a delivery, and you require a proof. Well, you cannot do it directly in Business Central, but if you think, well, that's why I'm showing you from the scratch or the simplest example where you could add the information, but with now tools of Android, or not Android, but mobile tools available already in the market. Well, we could imagine everything you have in your devices, in smartphones, of course. You have cameras, you have signatures, you have views like this, you can navigate, and then of course, we can combine all that technology into one single app that you can use, like in this case, okay? Okay, of course, all of this has permissions. Don't worry about those of you who are from IT, where we could, for instance, in this case, I'm just showing an item that I could edit if I needed. So maybe I'm in the warehouse, and why not to create an app to count inventory? But people might have the possibility, if you want it, if you tell us, to edit actually information, all right? Or maybe the price for those of you who are in the sales, who are part of the sales force, right? So we can create apps for different type of teams. So how do we get this information? Well, like I showed before, we have a specific area where we are going to be just working with PowerApps. And for us, the PowerApps is actually, if I see and I open Business Central, this is my ERP. The solution is now integrated. This is the actual normal menu, okay? Either if you want to install it on premises, more like the flavor of NAV, or if you go completely now in the cloud, which is now more popular and cost saving. Let me explain you a little bit about all of this entire new situation, because you might be thinking, okay, Android apps, what else you can do? Power Automate, we are going to see that in a few seconds, just to show you some possibilities. Now, before I move, I was almost forgetting this. Whenever you have the Android, of course, you could create or your mobile view for whatever you want to ask us. We could add buttons where you could say, okay, approve, reject, or it has been very common now to add buttons on, for instance, send me a reminder, or if you add a Zoom, any type of button that you might find in an application for navigation, for actions, like not only the navigation, but execution of an action, like posting an order, sending a workflow, the normal stuff, of course, and to new ideas like send me an low inventory alarm to my cell phone, as an example, right? So I show you an example of an app where I just could see the items, and from there you could we could design different with the Android apps, whatever you have seen, and of course with the devices, your camera. Now with the what's the name of in English, where you can use your own personal information, like if you want to access, you would need to use your own passwords, that even if your cell phone you have your passwords, you have your own security layers. Also, we have the security layers of the company, plus we have the security layers in PowerApps, where we could create our own roles, right? Apart from only what we have in Business Central. So it's very, very powerful. Okay, now coming back, the PowerApps, whenever I need to review the installments with the PowerApps technology, let me just go back to our pages. Okay, what we do normally is that, just for you to take the idea, everything could be even a review from scratch, but at the same time we have templates already where you could review. If you want, ask me for some layouts or some ideas. But if you want to create your own apps, for instance, somebody created a site inspection, okay, just showing the ideas, okay, budget tracker, service desk. Oh, I would like to have my service desk on call. I know that Android, I could portrait in my tablet a accounting for tickets. Okay, very good. A budget tracker, because I would like to portrait information either in tablet or phone, where you could see, let me just preview this. And you could, for instance, use the camera for the app, in case allow or don't allow. You could decide that however you want it. And everything that, well, actually these are some designs that we have already, but the idea is that this information is going to help us to actually get into some insights of what we could deliver. Let me just show you some other ideas. It's very good for you to now review that we are here in the webinar. Okay, we have from scratch training. Okay, just ask me about the link and some I can send you some brochures for you to have access to our introductory Power App service, where we could add, you as customers can have access to some ideas how to use the new applications. Everything you see here, for instance, a list of expenses, case management for those of you who require tickets, asset checkout for those of you who require that somebody takes the laptop, tech machinery, for those of you who provide maintenance and services. Inventory management, let's take a look. This will be really, really useful for tablet. Well, let's just preview it. And everything, by the way, is a pre-configured. So you could even try it. Of course, here, consultants, we will help you. The idea is that for now, I only want to show you ideas, okay? Ideas, because this is not the technical part, remember. That's for us. Or if any of you would like to have specific training of how to create these apps, believe me, this will be really helpful, since we are not actually going to 100% code. This is based on objects. So we are going to take your table of inventory, like in this example. What we're going to do from Business Central is tell PowerApps, I would review information in a specific table, fields, create maybe a copy in either maybe OneDrive, maybe which is in the cloud drive for us to take information, or even in your own premises, and we will publish to internet, right? Only the required data that we separate from your actual SQL, for those of you who work on premises. Okay, the idea is that we get storage. We have storage. We are going to publish to a service where we synchronize everything, where all these services, Android, secondary database. We're gonna, of course, provide specific. There's a service that is called Power Connect, just for you also to get the main idea. Let me open the Power App. Okay, while it connects, let me just continue with the explanation. Okay, as you can see here, I have an alarm, an Android app that we have just previewed, that for specific, well, actually these are the demo items that I always show, is just bicycles. But the idea is that you can see how it is still getting a review of the actual inventory, giving us the specific design
Okay, this is up to you. Okay, it's not a problem if you want green, if you want a square, if you want menus from the left, right side, and etc. Okay, but you can see that you could, like I did before with the previous app I've showed. In this case, this is just a preview. I haven't actually created all the apps. There are too many ideas that I haven't even tried, but you can see how then it is just used, okay? So and as well, this is for tablet, Android, there are different layouts. This is one of the most used actually by our customers and in the Microsoft world for Business Central at least. Okay, but there are plenty of other specific, like, hey, some of you would require property management. That's very specific. Well, guess what? We already have some information that could be helpful for you to actually just review. So we could make very, very complex functionality, okay? In this case, maybe like in this area, okay, this is for rooms where we would see statuses for a specific availability of a physical place, occupied, available, okay? This is not about property management. It's about what ideas you could have while opening Power Apps. For us, is giving me the idea that I could specifically review functionality that taken out of a system that is connected as well to Business Central, and even from that other system, if we have got access, we could, from Power Apps, as long as we have a storage, we could easily connect functionality to create additional an extension of the actual functionality we are doing. Remember, this is not an ERP, right? It's more like a review statuses, a review a navigation through a customized navigation, like my items only, like only inventory, right? And let's see. Also, we have another technology that is very powerful here, that is insights. It is called insights. Let me explain you. Another process that we do with Power Apps, we are connecting different services, in this case, Office 365 users, okay, and Dynamics 365 customer insights. Here we could connect Business Central, Outlook, Office, everything that is, let me show you, everything that is connected with our already in the cloud or on-premises environment, but this new flavor from 2019 when Business Central released Wave 2019 was released. Okay, so we are in a connected environment, okay, where I have currently, sorry for the reminders, where we have different type of services connected. Well, in this case, I don't know why it's not connecting actually, this specific app. Well, it's just a preview, don't worry about it. But what customer insights is going to be taking information from all over the place. Let me explain this part. I'm going to have to open, just for you to know, this service is very important. Remember, we are still seeing Power Apps. Power Apps is connecting different services currently. It's checking Business Central mainly, which is our source of information, but there is also another type of specific services that we're going to be checking that is called Customer Insight. Let me just show you. I'm opening Outlook right now. And from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to try to create a new mail where I'm going to send it to Mr. Noé Wellman. Let me see. Oops. And the idea is that let me see, Business Central. all the setups are here. Okay. Business Central is going to tell you from all, we have a service that is called Insights. Insight is behind the scene working for us, connecting Business Central customers to provide information in other applications, like in this case, and in Outlook, just to show you an example that something that is already integrated. And from Outlook, you could get information about your, oops, it got disconnected. Sorry for the disconnections. I'm checking information from another app, as you can see, and this could be as well your tablet. It's just that I'm opening here in my laptop, but I'm having the real-time balance, the past due balance as well, and well, some information about how many 8 sales orders, 2 ongoing sales orders, in this case, 63 posted shipments that I need to complete for this customer, as an example, right? Well, the same applies. Everything we are doing now is being connected, and we are now doing the same with PowerApps in order to get the exact information with the actual application now for your mobile. If you want to get more information, and in this case, even with something that we call Dynamics 365 Customer Insights. Okay, what happened here? Customer Insights is taking information to take all over the area. And if you can see here the word Dynamics 365, is because apart from only Business Central, we are now extending functionality to what is called Dynamics 365, where we have different type of, let's say, extensions, functionality for field services. For a customer engagement is a new type of CRM. For Salesforce, for those of you who requested, I always wanted to have in a tablet the possibility to actually sell, since I need my people, and it's very good to have the ERP even on premises or on the cloud, however you want it, any flavor. But now I need to work 100% mobile, either when I'm selling, either when I'm getting contact with my people, when I'm selling, field services, customer insights, call centers, etc., etc. For those of new extensions from what you could consider is the normal accountant. Normal accountant, purchaser, or sales representative that is in your warehouse, okay, that's fine. That's going to be continue working with normal flavor of Business Central. So hopefully I'm giving you now the idea that we are going to extend some other functionality to other territories, where 365 with PowerApps is going to help you to connect. And guess what? Okay, these are the basics, okay? So what I'm showing you here is like, it's a simple, a very simple window from our perspective, but still very useful. Just one last one, my expenses. Okay, let's just preview it. So I might need a specific window where I would like to see, okay, SharePoint. SharePoint is a specific, you remember that, take that information, this place where we could create our own information with specific columns, a layout of a table that is not going to be specifically always SQL, okay? But you can create it, take the information from any database, and we can help you and guide you through that. I'm just showing you that we are connecting everything. Could be SQL, SharePoint, we could connect okay. The idea is that I'm showing you, sorry, my expenses. My expenses open still, pending maybe to be approved, and well approved, okay? Coming back, you can see here that I'm taking information. By the way, this is related to Business Central. Because I need a new way to approve expenditures only for specific employees, and you will require this. Okay, hey Noe, how could you solve me an issue? I would like to have an approval workflow for specific expenses where my purchasing team is going to be checking, I don't know, the following replenishment of a new store. I don't know. Or maybe just a regular service responsible that is going to travel to provide service, maintenance service to on site in another state, in another country, whatever, right? And he is going to actually update his information. And he can do in Android create open specific expenditures, send it to be approved as well. Just giving you ideas, right? Okay, for us, actually, this is the easiest part, okay? Believe me, this is already templates. I can give you more and more and more information, but I don't have enough time, believe me. There is plenty of great information that we could continue to analyze just by previewing, but just giving you the idea that this is the easiest part, okay? Estimations, quotations, asset checkout, why not to see your contacts, budgeting, I don't know, many. But the idea is that, take this. Another one, last one, site inspection. The site inspection, you want to take evidence of the warehouse, house inventory maybe, and you are going to enable, yes, allow. In this case, what we are doing, okay, from Business Central, we want to use your PowerApps connected through PowerApps, remember that? I want to use the connections now, not SharePoint. This is not, we are not going to be taking information from any database. We are going to be taking information from your own devices. I'm going to allow, in this case, from my computer to know my location. I'm going to then select the camera and the location from my actual cell phone, okay? And from here, you could create site inspections, and you could continue just reviewing, navigating, taking pictures, how everything looks like, right? And just of you who are maybe needing to or you need to take some evidence, maybe of a purchase, or maybe of the specific status of our return, anything you might think where you need pictures, okay? This is just an example. Okay, so this is PowerApps. The idea is that we are going to be using your mobile with his mobile for tablet and phones, okay? And this is the first simple experience. The real deal when it comes to this new flavor of extension comes with Dynamics 365. Let me just open. Sorry. One second, please, coming back. Okay, and as you can see, oh, I forgot to mention, very important for Android, we could as well use Power BI. For those of you who have Power BI, as well we could attach or your apps, your specific charts could be embedded in your applications as well. Actually, we have pre-created applications that we would be already. Let's take a review at sales and marketing sample, something really general, not too much. Okay, your charts that you have created, okay, can be then embedded as well in the applications we are currently explaining. Now, one second. What I'm trying to open is the 365 field services for you to see it. We are talking about connections in the cloud and functionality, right? But so far, you're taking the idea of the basic concept. We are beginning there. But actually, the real deal when it comes to connecting your Business Central to add functionality comes with Dynamics 365 applications. And the Dynamics, what is Dynamics 365? Is a new world of connectivity where we could add really great functionality that is integrated seamlessly. It's not even integrated. It was designed to be deployed if necessary together. So we could add then some other functions that apart you can actually just purchase, not only work with the actual Business Central. Just it's a little bit slow. Coming back. Okay. The connection is not being completed, but the idea is to take the real insight of what we have here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to show at least what is Dynamics 365. Okay, for those of you who are seeing it for the first time, you saw that we have apps that we can design for you. You saw some examples. Now with Dynamics 365, it's the same idea. Okay, now you have the main concept, but the idea is now how complex it could get. I really sometimes need new functionality and applications, okay? So hopefully now you are understanding what is the Dynamics 365 world. And I have sales, customer service, field service, human resources, finance, supply chain management. I strongly recommend then to come here into the Dynamics 365 page. And let's take a review, why not? Okay, you remember that we can connect, we review, we have, remember the insights is here as well. And well, the idea here for us is that the sales world in Dynamics 365 is an extension that is an application now that is going to be open through your tablet mainly, right? Or of course your cell phone, but as well, the idea is that we are going to have some extension of the functionality, normal functionality of Business Central. Let's take a look. If I open and review, and I would like to open a little bit about the sales screen. This is through the customers, like the previous CRM. I don't know, for those of you who have used CRM, it's about my meetings, my phone calls, the development of a sales process and a sales opportunity, the way they call it actually. So this is not actually done in Business Central. In Business Central, we only have a sales order, period, okay? But with this extension, now we are going to be synchronizing seamlessly all the functionality, so you could have, of course, what is CRM is, so you can have your opportunities at the process of the development of the sales opportunities and customers, in order to just come and have the normal connection without having to actually request complicated integrations or any specific functionality that you might think, oh, how am I going to get into some other areas? It's very difficult for me to work with these ERPs technology. Okay, forget about it. Field services, you want to provide maintenance, you have technicians that will be going out in fields, you require this, you would like to offer, if you sell, I don't know, it's not only about maintenance, provide as well an asset under construction, that you have a building, that you have something you want to send people anywhere to build, to give maintenance, that you require your resources, you have tools, you have machinery, you have people. Well, this is your app. Human resources, finance, of course. Well, this is just for accountants. Of course, not this. In this case, finance is not as strong or as powerful as Business Central. Supply chain management, e-commerce, if you need a website where you would like to sell, project operations, if you want to extend the functionality through, we have a way of selling more complicated operations with phases. You need to structure, you need to add resources, material, time, machinery, and you require phase A, phase B, phase C, phase D for one single customer, all that complexity. Well, that's projects, okay? And well, we have artificial intelligence. I don't know if for those of you who have seen my demos from Cortana, I have shown you in Business Central, sometimes we have replenishment processes calculated by Cortana, and I just follow suggestions from artificial intelligence, okay? I don't have the time to show all of this, just giving you the ideas. And some of these we have seen in our webinar, some of this working. And I'm going to start working with all of these apps through our different webinars. But before going there, you need to understand what is this we are seeing this. It's just an application. It's something that we connect to Business Central or different databases of mixed reality. Well, that's not yet to be actually really used with the ERP only. This is more for instance, why not to use their cameras? Why not to of your Android? And I don't know if you have seen those Google lenses that from where you could actually continue working, maybe a technician that would like to transmit to another technician fellow the information he's actually reviewing while he is repairing machinery, right? Or providing service, and he's showing and he wants somebody else to see what he sees. That's what we call mixed reality. It's available, of course, but of course, we don't want to share our accounting or purchasing information, right? So that's for just specific functions, let's call it that way. And of course, well, Business Central. You know the capabilities of Business Central. I'm not gonna go too long into that, but it's just the ERP where centrally we are going to command everything that we see here, since will be the #1 product now from Microsoft. Okay. Let me just show you the last thing I would also like to explain. Remember, the webinar is about PowerApps. And as well, we have, within PowerApps, we also have something that is called flows. The PowerApp world also, no, it's very slow today. Let me just figure out to make some disconnections of these pages. Very well. Okay. Flows. Flows, let me open Business Central for this. I'm gonna need this. For flows, I need to open an example where we have flows all over the place. This is for documents. It's more related to documents. I need new processes for my purchase orders, approval workflows, somebody who wants to review specific information that we do in Business Central, invoices, purchases, payments, whatever, okay? Well, as well, that could fly into the cloud and we can use of that whenever you need. In PowerApps through an app, in 365 from all the applications, or just in a simple approval workflow. So why not to review the information? For me, I'm going to, well, I would need to create a purchase order as an example. Any document actually could send to be reviewed by anybody in my company, or if you provide permissions, you can do so. Let me give you an example. Here I have just a simple document. Well, just randomly, I just selected a purchase order. But I have the option to send the previous approval request. Do you remember that the regular flavor for an approval is, okay, I send an email to somebody, that person is going to review the information with the totals, the dates, and the items that they are okay, the budget is fine, whatever, and after that he's going to approve through an email or a link to Open Business Central. Through flows, this is the new concept. As you can see here, I have the options to create a flow or see my flows. If I open and just want to give you the idea of what a flow is, I'm going to be able to select some other as well templates. That of course give me the possibility to approve purchase orders. But remember that we are now working and sending information to the cloud with the Microsoft security. Nobody's going to see this information. It's very reliable. And also, well, the main service that is going to be used here is also for Microsoft is Azure in this case, but you could work on premises as well. We're going to set up your security, and all of this flow is because somebody is going to be reviewing the actual documents whenever he needs in the mobile apps. Now, if I just go back and review that information, I have, for instance, not only the approval workflow, but somebody is going to be sending information. The approval workflow is just going to send emails, right, from your from the ERP, from after I create here the create a flow to approve a purchase order. But the flow has more characteristics than a regular workflow. I'm going to be able just to open, I'm going to open Microsoft Teams. Teams is just like a site of the new communication tool for the web app. Let's say that I open Teams either in a tablet or in your computer or in your mobile. The idea is that we work everywhere, okay? Teams is a chatting, a meeting, and scheduling tool for my meetings, for like Facebook posting ideas, or I have a wall for my teams. Let me just show you some previous demos that I actually just did. I have, well, chats. This is a normal tool that we would use with our team to have, well, private conversations. I don't have anybody to chat with me today, sorry. But also we have meetings, and here I have, this is like a wall in Facebook where your team will be posting in your company information. Let's say that through the tablet, I don't know, now something else, the POS, in the stores, you have a team of different people looking for specific information. Hey, I require a specific item that I don't have anymore in my store. Somebody else have it. Let's say that you don't have a accurate inventory. So you're, even though for any reason you lost something, right, or is damaged, okay, you could post into these walls, hey, I need specific items, I need to do something, and your team is going to be able to as well see it, chat, create meetings, or just in this simple wall, just take a look at it. Now, Business Central through flows is going to tell not only to the approver that he has something to approve at this point, but as well, he can post into these different, let's call it Facebook walls, but it's team walls. And we are having for my team a message that somebody approved, in this case, a customer, all right? Now the information is flying or flowing, in this case, to another app outside Outlook, okay? We could as well send SMS messages. Why not? If you need something like another type of thing. to make more functionality, not just only the standard. What is then flows? Once again, just to give you the right idea, not to, we are connecting all the information related to documents, mainly to be approved, and let me give you some ideas. When I process some invoices, I have another flows that are going to review whenever I create an invoice, and when a new email arrives from Outlook, the idea of flow is connecting all your applications, okay? Let's connect then Outlook. Whenever I receive something in my inbox, okay? Let's just post a message, okay? Whenever I receive an invoice regarding that a new inventory is received in the warehouse, okay? I want to validate when I receive a specific email, whatever you need, think of that, okay? I'm just giving you an example. In the warehouse, me as a purchaser, I'm waiting for a specific item to be received, okay? So when the vendor or when the warehouse clerk tells me, hey, I have received something, or the manager, well, immediately this is going to post something into this Teams into this Teams tool, okay? But in this case, I'm requesting to Outlook when a new email arrives about specific information, a keyword, okay? Please post a message in our wall so everybody can see it. So we can see the team can review, in this case, a specific invoice number with specific characteristics for specific items. Another idea, remember, flows is mainly for documents. Okay, and to connect out some applications is very, very important. What happened? Another flow, when somebody creates, this is for IT people. IT people, when somebody create a new record in your database without your permission or without anything, I'm going to connect, okay, common data services. Very, very important concept now to take before we finish today. What we do with in the cloud technology, either for basic concepts or for more advanced, and we're going to have more webinars to review all of this. Everything is connected to something that we call common data service. This is the responsible for everything I'm showing. This is the responsible for Business Central being connected to everything I have shown in my previous webinars, in my demos. I have actually, for you to know, my Business Central environment actually currently in Azure, but it's connected to Power BI. It's connected to Outlook, Office in my machine. It's connected to Android in my apps that I'm showing today, okay? I prepare and I have everything that I show in my cell phone. And this is the responsible common data service. It's a super powerful connectivity tool that is actually designed by Microsoft and Azure that is going to, it's compliant with high security standards. Actually, this common data service application or tool is being used by the USA government, by the FBI, and in the USA, only the US government have actually their databases in Azure. So for you to take an idea of how compliant in terms of security, Azure and common data services, all right? It's top of the art technology when it comes of as well to security. Now, coming back to flows as well, we have the regular, let me just go back to the review of our flows, but you take the idea. We have a communication tool that is going to be connecting through everything I'm showing today. Just to finalize the part, let me just show everything about flows, just to finalize, give you a good idea. We want to connect, and we have dozens of ideas of connectivity. What could we do now? With the same idea of connectivity, we could connect Twitter. Are you selling something? Do you want to send it to Facebook, Twitter, or something? Do you have a specific attachments? For instance, whatever you attach to your purchases. For now, we are talking about approval workflows. We have an attachment. Would you like to send it to a Dropbox account? All your attachments, as an example. After you receive an attachment, do you would like to receive an email in your actual account? Okay, more and more ideas. Instagram, of course, all social media for those of you who are in the sales departments. Okay, for those of you who are accountants, you want to actually maybe provide evidence about payments, evidence about your purchases in advance, so you could have your invoice attached. Of course, in Business Central, we can attach, don't worry. But we are talking about connectivity now, more related to tablets and mobile. As you can see, that's why we have all this 365 Outlook. You now know the concept of 365. And I'm just giving you just the insight of what we're going to be in the following webinars. Now, let's show you. We have, why not, attachments sent to be saved in OneDrive. This is the OneDrive in the cloud. Get a push notification when you receive an email from your boss. Okay, you receive an email, that's fine. But, and look how many people have implemented this. All right, so this is a lot of people currently. Okay, well, we have this data internally. Okay, get today weather. Well, send a customized email when a new file is added. Okay, no, this one is too advanced. Click a button to email a note. Okay, do you want us to add a note? Do you want us to add a button into your cell phone to send specific information at any time? Like this has been used by a lot of people because sometimes the owner of or maybe the responsible of a sales department or warehouse wants to know where the people is. Okay, maybe you could create a button, for instance, to send your physical location at any point. Okay, where Noe is currently. Okay, and we could create a button, or the truck. Okay, maybe you don't have a full localization system. Okay, but you at least want to know where your trucks, your delivery trucks, or something like that. Where's the people? Where is everything? You know, we could add a button to a cell phone and send a notification with specific information that we get from the cell phone. Remember that I showed you that I enable location before. Okay, I can enable the camera. So whatever you need, you can use those tools that your cell phone have, and we could just add functionality for you. These are just ideas that we're just creating. Okay, and let's see, just to finalize. Okay, it's Power Automate. Is the basic to get specific function, views, windows, like I show with the items. Then we have the more complex, still the same idea, apps in the cloud, that is called the 365. Okay, we're gonna have future webinars for that. And coming back to the same idea, we have flows. Flows have a little bit more to do with documentation, specific information, or use the tools that you have in your cell phone, like cameras, like audio recording, and the buttons that we could add to get information from that device, all right? And send and connect that information into ERP, into Outlook, into whatever. PowerApps button, again, same idea. You want to use buttons that we could design to do something, get the idea and tell us what you want to do. Start approval when a new item is added, okay? Some already ideas that send a customized email when a new SharePoint, not for now SharePoint, save Outlook email attachments, okay? And well, we have a lot of ideas. Send me a push notification with my current location, okay? Some of the idea that I was explaining before. Okay, notify when a team, when a new response is submitted. Okay, this is very good. You could post into Teams an idea. Hey, do you know, into this post, start a new conversation. Hello, team. Do you know, by any chance, if we have received item number 10,000? Okay, I'm going to post, okay, and my team can see my messages, and we are going to post and look for into this application when I receive this item number 10,000. So we're going to create a template from flows to check information in Teams and send information if he sees a post with that information, okay? So this is just the first explanation for what is all this technology, okay? We are going to continue showing in future webinars specific functions for 365, specific functions where we're going to, hopefully I have provided the normal idea of what we are now reviewing. This is not only about Business Central. From future webinars, yes, I'm going to continue reviewing what is the module functionality, but now I'm going to use Business Central by itself is going to be designed with more tools like what I'm showing now. All right. So with the time, we are gonna get more powerful, and we're gonna be then as well giving you updates about everything we continue to do, and everything that we are going to be now showing from these webinars will be having connectivity with PowerApps. Hopefully you get a basic idea of what it is. It's applications taking information from Business Central to different tools that we have, like Outlook, OneDrive, Excel, OneNote, Teams, Dynamics 365, Power Automate, Power Apps, sorry, and of course Power BI. But I'm not responsible for now for Power BI, but all of these tools are being connected together with Business Central. Business Central is as well 365, but now all of these, for you to finalize, this is our conclusion today. All of this is now one environment. All these tools is one environment. So take this idea. Outlook is still Dynamics 365. Word, Business Central, Power Automate, Power Apps, all of this is still the same. It's like, imagine that I'm explaining Business Central or Navision or the concept of an ERP for the first time. You might think of some possibilities, some might be attainable, and some others will require some customization and so on and so forth, right? So, but the idea is that we are not working only with my Business Central customer, chart of accounts, purchase order, etc., etc.